Hi everybody, my name is Newell Davis with Wormiculture, and today is a coffee bin update. It's around August 13th, and we're going to just see how the bin is doing. I think I did an update a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and we're just going to take a look and see how it's doing. Last time it was kind of dry. I've added water since then, and I've added some more coffee grounds, and that's about it. So let's go to the bin and take a look and see how it's doing. All right, here. Just see if I can get this lined up a little better. There we go. So this is my coffee bin. Let's just take a look in here. So not a lot of moisture on the lid, so it still may be a little bit dry, but it is looking like all the worms are in here, so that's good. So let's just take a look here. We've got a couple on the sides here. Let's just take a look through here. Okay, there are some worms. You can see some worms all throughout here, which is good. It might need some more cardboard, actually, now that I'm looking at it. As you can tell, there's a whole bunch of worms in here. They're really starting to dig through this paper and the coffee grounds that are in here. I haven't added any eggshells recently, but this is a fairly light material in here. It's a little moist on the sides, which is fine, but this material in here is pretty light. So it's looking good. It definitely needed more moisture. When I'd opened it up at one point, there was a lot of worms all along these sides, and I added more water and just some more coffee grounds, and that's all I added, and that seemed to do it. So it looks like this is doing well. Let's just dig around here a little bit more. I'm seeing lots of worms, which is good. All right, it's a little very moist in the bottom here. A lot of extra moisture in the bottom, and you can tell here these are kind of shiny. I hear, as I get down here, I can really hear the water. It almost is like a mud down here, but it might be what's needed to make sure these worms stay in here. So, like, as you can tell with this piece right here, that did fall apart. Let's go to this side and try it out here. A little bit of an odor in the bottom actually too, but like you can tell, this is just very clumpy. It's clumping together a lot, so it's a little bit too moist in the bottom maybe. But a bunch of worms down there, a lot of cardboard as well that hasn't fully composted and been consumed. But let's just see if we can dig this up, bring this to the surface a little bit. But overall, it's doing pretty well. The top definitely feels a little dry still. Bottom's too wet. That's, I think, what sort of happens with these the coffee bin here, because the coffee grounds aren't great at holding water. They're very good at evaporating it. I mean, if you can tell from coffee grounds, like this is really thick here. It's almost like mud. So they tend to shed water quickly on the top, but on the bottom where there's the plastic and the water can't get away except in the grounds above it, it's a little tougher. Look at that. I mean, that's how thick this is. So this is really thick on the bottom here. It's a good thing that I'm turning this over a little bit. Maybe get some air down there. Get a fresh set of grounds down there that are drier. And that way things can move around a little bit. So this bin looks to be doing pretty well though. There's no worms on the side this time. There's no real issues with it. It seems like it's doing pretty well. Maybe a little bit moist on the bottom, but it's, as I just did here, I turned it over a little bit. I think I'm going to add some cardboard actually. Let me grab some real quick. So I'm going to bring over my cardboard here, and I'm just going to add just a few handfuls. I'm not going to load it up here, but just a few handfuls to the top, and then I'm going to mix these in. And this should absorb some of the water in the bottom, and along with just sort of add some more bedding material here, because it looks like it's very composted here. Give them a little bit more to work with. And this way, when I add more coffee grounds, there's some other things in here as well. But overall, this bin is doing a lot better than I expected. It's doing much better than the last time I did a coffee bin, where it just like the worms just seemed to just dry up and die. I couldn't keep it wet. I couldn't do anything. But I've added more cardboard to this bin than I did to the last one. I've definitely added more water to it. I've been much better about that at times. So there we go. But that's our update. I added some cardboard to the top here. That's going to soak up a little bit of the extra moisture maybe in the bin, and I can keep adding. I actually did bring down a water bottle that had some water. Maybe I'll put a little bit on the top here just to wet this cardboard just a little bit. Now, when I opened it up and I saw the worms on the side, I dumped in a lot of water, and then I sort of mixed it up to make sure that it was there was enough moisture in here. But it's still, from the lid you can tell, it's still pretty dry. I mean, there's not a lot of moisture on here. I mean, there's nothing over here, and this is all just dry. There's a little bit down here, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this update. This is a quick one, and that's it for today. Thank you.